What is up, Internet? Welcome back to another Just One Life with me, Tom, and today we're doing some Halo Reach. I had a stretch whilst doing that. It's not really the same, but I guess you could say I was reaching for something. Ha ha. Brilliant. Anyway, so yeah, basic rules again. Put it down onto Legendary, and I've also put scoring on because, why not? You got a problem with scoring? Then don't put scoring on. I only want to see how well I do. Whatever. Anyway, so yeah, once again, skipping the cinematics because not really much happens in this, and boringness, and just sort of saying, oh look, there's something destroyed down there, and I think Covenant's attacked. Wait, no, they don't know the Covenant's attacked. Oh, spoiler alert. No, trust me, if you didn't guess the Covenant was attacking, then you obviously have not played Halo before. If you haven't played Halo before, then the Covenant is attacking. And the first thing I always do, because it's on Legendary, is try and get the Elite down here, because there's an Elite and it carries one of those data file things that you need to collect, which I've already got, so it doesn't really matter, but yeah, never mind, I missed him anyway, and I'll have to just get him next time, if I play it again next time. No, I'm sure I'll play it again some other time. Yeah, now, because I've already played this, I know a lot of this is just sort of jibber-jabber, you don't really do anything, you just sort of can sprint forward to the combat, because that's when it starts to get interesting. But if you are really, really interested in what they're saying between that short part that I fast forward, then yeah, buy the game. Play through it. It's a good game. Really good game. You should play all the Halos like I have, because, they're boss. Anyway, because I don't like the starter weapon, which is a combat rifle, assault rifle, I swap to the pistol. I swap to the pistol, because you can get much better headshots. Well, a better player can get better headshots. At least I'm doing a better job than George over there, just shooting the wall. Good job there, George. Getting some good shots in there. Teaching that wall to respect your authority, I guess. Yeah, good old George. I love him. Anyway, so after a while it just gets to that point where it's like, yeah, we better start going downstairs to continue with the game. It's not like I can die quickly or anything like that, but lob on Naden, get a few kills, pick off the others, let the AIs do the work. I know if you've probably seen any videos that I've done before, then you know I like to get the AIs to do a lot of work due to the fact of the minimal amount of life that I have. Now, because this took me quite a while to do, I thought I was going to speed through some parts. My gosh, my English is terrible today. Because this is just sort of clearing the area, running around, making sure they're all gone, and then carrying on with the rest of the mission. Now, one thing I will say, and I don't know if this counts as cheating towards it, but I do know how to complete this mission on Legendary without dying. Bit of a spoiler alert there of how it goes, but you'll have to wait and find out. I could be wrong. This is the mission that I got the Xbox helmet thing from for completing a mission without dying on Legendary. Because I've done this route several times, but I thought this one time you know what, let's try and take on these elites head on, because elites are hard to kill on Legendary. Shock horror. But then it gets to that point where I'm just sort of like, oh yeah, no, we've got this, and then I see that missile fly past. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, no, this is not happening. I'm just gonna go take the route that I normally take. My God, I cannot speak. Normally take. Which basically cuts out the whole point and then skips to the next part. Now, of course, this part's always interesting because, oh, look at me with my flaming blue helmet. So cool, so cool. Anyway, with this part, this is when you have to sort of go to the survivors. Well, you don't know the survivors, but you find out the survivors. And there's 3 bunkers, and depending on which bunker you go to last will be the one which has the survivors in. So I have to take a certain route because there's only one bunker that I like the survivors to be at. And you would have no idea how hard it was just to say that sentence. Oh. Anyway, so this is sort of the 3rd bunker as I mentioned, and we've got the little radio input thing concept of saying like, hey look, the survivors, we need help, and we're like, oh, let's go help them, because why not? We have nothing better to do than save the planet that's being invaded by Covenant. Let's go save a few survivors. And here they are. What makes it worse is the fact there's only 3 of them. And I'm pretty sure there won't be 3 by the end of it. Now, see, the reason that I really like this place is because there's a lot of places for me to hide. So I don't get shot. Although, there is a vantage point if I really wanted it, which is above, but you know, legendary, death, quite instant. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to stay inside where I could probably get bombarded by grenades, but yeah, I'm willing to take my chances. Now, another thing why I like to be inside is because there are some health kits. And, you know, whenever you're low on health, it's just nice and easy to get. It's in a nice, confined space where I just pop my head out, grab it, and I'm done for the day. Now, I find that these waves are a bit more the annoying ones, because you can't just let the AIs do all the work. Mainly due to the fact that if you let the AIs do all the work, you'll be there forever. So, me being my sort of, oh yeah, no, don't worry, I've got this in the bag, I'm going to go take them all down. Although, you know, I wouldn't recommend it, mainly because, you know, I get bored in these things. I can't help it. If I stand back too far, I just get bored, because I think, why the hell am I playing the game? But, you know, if you are to do this, make sure you have ammo, because I wasn't looking at my ammo, and I was thinking, oh yeah, no, I've got loads, I'm going to take him down like I do all the other times. And then I run out of ammo in my DMR, so I'm like, oh my gosh, my pistol. Thank God I have my pistol. Just blaring off, and then you know what? Reload, and I have one bullet left. And then that's when you start to realise that maybe this isn't really a good idea in the first place, since I am now in the middle of nowhere, and I have absolutely no ammo. You know, there is a quick way of killing these. Usually I'd recommend using a pistol or the DMR, but if you take the plasma pistol, give it a bit of a charging shot and blast them down and get some headshots, you know, fill them full of lead, then usually you can do it quite quickly. But unfortunately, assault rifles are just terrible and I hate them. But it does the job. That's all that matters, really. So basically, just swap it for the first gun I see. And it's actually a pretty decent gun. It's sort of like the DMR, but needle style. And I like the needler, not because it's a very easy weapon to use. You just keep holding the trigger and it tracks them, and then they explode and you think, oh wow, purple rain. But no, more of the fact that you can get precision headshots. That's what I like, precision weapons. But of course, you know, you got like every other weapon. Now this part I find really funny because it's just sort of a time event. You don't actually have to do much in here as long as you can get into the bunker place. And, oh, what's this? Oh, what's that? A double kill? Oh, sorry, triple. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was an overkill. Yeah, with the needler. Yeah, I was quite happy with that point. It made me feel good. It made me feel good. But yeah, no, once you enter this place, you can't actually just go sit in the corner, because I think it's about, what, 2 minutes or so, 3 minutes or so. Either way, it's a timed event. You don't have to do anything. You can just let the AIs take it from here. But, you know, we're playing the game, and what's the fun in playing a game if you're not going to do anything and just sit back? And since I got that overkill and a few double kills, I thought, you know, I'm feeling quite hyped. I'm pretty sure I could get a few more doubles here and there, or a few more headshots. Make me feel that little extra special. But also, what you've got to keep in mind is that I'm also tracking points. So, I'm trying to get as many points as possible, because not only do I have to survive this, but I've got to survive it with the most maximum amount of points, which is another reason why you try not to let the AIs do all the work. Now, this part, I did always laugh at this part, because this is the only part I have ever played the game and they've told me to put on my night vision. It's the only part in the whole of the game I have actually ever used night vision, because I usually just forget that it's there. And I think, oh, these places are dark, and I just, you know, carry on going through. Lob a grenade once in a while to get some light. And of course, now we're coming up to the final part, because we meet the elites, one that runs off, and the others that kidnap the person who's sort of semi-alive, and then it's like, yo, George, and whatever my character's called, go take him down like a boss. So instantly, grab the DMR again, and if you're planning on doing this as a legendary run without dying, I would recommend staying back to finish him off first, because if you don't finish him off first, he goes to the next section, and then instead of one elite, you have to kill 2 elites, and I'm telling you now, 2 elites is so much harder than 1, especially on legendary. But also, you have a sort of a time limit to do it in, so try not to shoot the others, just keep shooting at him. Now that he's done, you can then start to move up, because when you move up, George moves up, and when George moves up, everyone dies, because, you know, he's a walking machine with a minigun. So most enemies will attack him, especially since he's walking down the middle. So I'm just going to do what I do best, which is stand back, let the AIs do all the work, and take pot shots and just hope for a good score. Now, when it comes to this corridor part, I really do hate it, mainly due to the shield people. The jackals, I think they are, with the sort of like little bracket in the shield that you have to shoot down, which I find nearly impossible. Especially when they're walking towards you and I cannot aim for the life of me. Now this bit, I wouldn't underestimate, mainly because I thought that since George had ran off, that we'd killed the enemies, but apparently we hadn't. So, he was just chilling round the corner with them, probably playing a game of poker or something. Now, this is the sort of the final section, and as I mentioned, if you didn't kill that other elite, you would have had 2 here. And looking at the space, you don't want 2 here. I mean, you got little blocks jumping up and down, you got a few grunts once in a while, but the easiest way to take them, like I said earlier, an EMP blast, and then just a nice shot to the head. Look at this. You wouldn't even think I was on Legendary, would you? I just took him down, nice and smooth. However, this one, I can't even say pistol whip him. This is the best way to end it. And now all I have to do is reset the junction and I'm done. Now I did this in 24 minutes, which wasn't too bad, and also got a whopping score of 5,000. So like, subscribe and comment with how well you did. Anyway, see you around.